What's up, superstars? Back with another video. You got Superstar Rob and you got Superstar Nation. How you guys doing? Beating me up every single day. Hope you all had a wonderful day today. If you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button. Join the Superstar fam. Hit the bell notification button to get every single video every single day. We don't miss, guys. We're here for you every single day. Also, to our VIPs, thank you guys so much for your support. It's $2.99 a month. Star beside your name. Ask our spreadsheet giveaways. Guys, those super duper rares are around the corner. We're going to see some gold stars in the comments below. We're looking forward to it. Also, you can reach out to us anytime on X, Instagram, or Discord. Guys, join the Discord. I'm telling you right now, this is the place you want to be. Well, you must join the Discord because it is where the entire space of all Superstar Nation come together into one place. And today's video was actually inspired as a result of the Discord. I'm going to talk today about a conversation we had on Discord about utility with Alan, the co-founder of Top Shot. I think that, it's just a good place to hang out. You got people from projects on the Discord, various different projects. You got obviously plenty of great minds from Superstar Nation, so make sure you guys join the Discord. We also run all our giveaways through the Discord too. We have our giveaway channels there, so if you join the Discord, you use any of our affiliate links, make sure you hop over and let us know so we can give you stars at the end of the month to win some pretty cool prizes. So yeah, guys, today is we don't do this often, but today we're making a video and it's addressed specifically to Alan from Dapper. Yes, Alan, you are the inspiration for today's video. We make videos every single day. We're looking for ideas. Today, you're the inspiration for the idea. First of all, before I get started, guys, Dapper.AlanFalcon.eth. This is his wallet. You can see at Alan Falcon. Guys, I really suggest you guys give him a follow. He says it right there, co-creator of NBA Top Shot and Disney Pinnacle. So obviously, you're talking about one of the forefathers here of NFTs. In fact, I think the word NFT is only around because of his involvement at some point. So clearly his credentials are through the roof. So if he's going to talk to you, you better listen. Now, with that being said, yeah, I'm just a guy on YouTube, and I still have some things I have to say about your thoughts on utility, okay? I'm still going to give you what I think, whether you like it or not, and you could take it or leave it. But I think everybody watching, if you haven't already followed him, definitely follow Alan. And yeah, today on Discord, we had a long conversation with Alan. He's been an amazing participant, really good guy, actually interacts with the community. We got to give him a lot of credit, right? He's a co-founder of a large project, and he comes into this community Discord. We have the Disney Pinnacle chat there, which he participates in, and he's in the VV chat in this one. But you don't see that often, and we really appreciate that he's willing to come into the Discord, interact with the community, answer questions, and give his feedback. So right there, legendary guy. Now, Alan was asking about utility and how necessary is utility for digital collectibles. We've been doing this channel. You got to know, Alan, you're going to come and say this in our Discord. This entire channel does nothing except constantly preach to the choir about utility. All we want is utility in our NFT projects. So obviously, we're probably going to have different takes. I understand your perspective, though. Alan does come from that 2017, 2018 version, way back, where really NFTs were a flex. If you owned an NFT and it was extremely expensive and it was one of the first evers, it was a flex. Look, I actually own something that's digital. And then once with that whole speculation that got involved and the prices of these skyrocketing, it became a thing that you just collected so you can flex. And then slowly profile pictures were used, PFP NFTs. And these became an expression of how you are. Who knows? Maybe you're not a coffee drinker, so therefore you don't want to have a coffee mug in your profile picture. Or maybe you like Harry Potter, so you want to get a Harry Potter version of your profile picture. And that's when this whole thing started about PFPs, where I want to be able to express myself and I want to digitally own. And it was still had a lot to do with it being a flex, right? And there's also the collecting aspect of it. A lot of our viewers from a VV background, they've debated with us on utility as well, and they said that they just want to collect what they love, right? They want to be able to buy. There's a certain fandom they're into. They like to collect it. No different than Top Shot, where You could collect moments because you love the sport and you love that clip. And maybe one day as they grow, right, you might have players who might want to digitally own clips of themselves just for the sake of owning it because they're offered by Dapper, right? Dapper is the one who's the biggest doing this right now. They're the ones offering it. They're the one who has the license with the NBA. So, you might have collectors who want to own these moments. And just one other thing I want to add too is that you got to remember that Dapper's no joke. Like these guys went from the old CryptoKitties days and they basically said, look, this blockchain is really not working for us. And they literally just built their own blockchain, which is Flow, so that they can scale and onboard millions of users. So these guys are definitely forward thinking. They're thinking about the masses. They're thinking about the millions. Now, what I question though is how do you onboard millions if your sole approach for the next decade, let's say, is going to be just to collect what you love? Like, let's be real here. A lot of the people who joined this space from day one, they joined it because of the opportunity for financial gain. That's what really drew so many people in. It was speculators. They wanted just to flip. We saw that on Vivi. We saw that on all the historic NFTs. People came in and they were going for price appreciation. That's all they cared about. They were all investors at heart. So you can imagine that if you're telling people, okay, just come in and buy stuff just because you like it digitally, how much is that going to really stick with the general population? I don't think the general population is interested in just always buying what they like. We know what comic book collectors, for example, there was a stat that we researched online about 100,000 globally. Not a lot, right? People do collect. But are they really going to collect digitally by the masses just for the sake of it? As technology evolves, maybe with, Vision Pro, AR function, digital art, where we can georeference, digital things into spaces, that might become a reason that people may want to buy things because that one artist is offering a digital version, a licensed digital version of some kind of artifact that you can only see digitally and they can interact with it with their glasses in AR. And that would be a more simplified approach. But with the georeferencing, I think that has a lot of potential. There's going to be a lot of free options, but there is still going to be potential because you have that utility maybe of people walking into your house and experiencing a home, a world that's different than what they know. But I don't know if that's enough either. I think long term, I think one of the strongest, I should say, there's the social aspect of it, of course, but one of the strongest forms of utility is going to be the gamification aspect. Gamification is something that I think even Dapper can get on board with. They have the fast break. This is relatively new. Fast break is a way that you can actually buy your moments. And I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I know this inside out because I don't participate in it. But my understanding of it is that the game of Fast Break is very simple. It says it right here. It says collectors will select 5 players every night for 7 nights. Each night has different stats and different scores that your team must beat in order to get an awarded win. And the collectors who finish in the top 99 each night will win the Top Shot credit. I have an app called SoRare. And everybody probably knows about SoRare. I know for sure Alan knew about SoRare. It's fantasy, right? It's fantasy sports. That's a game. People play fantasy sports every year. I know I do. It's a great game. I play against my friends. And I love SoRare because not only am I buying NFTs, which I can treat them like sports cards. Like I'm collecting digital sports cards. Like they're officially licensed. I can treat them that way. But on top of that, I can use them in this gamification format. If I was just buying this for no other reason than to buy a sports card, for me, you wouldn't be bringing me in. I would have to be a specific niche of collector to go for that. But in this sense, I'm kind of the masses. I'm one of the many, many millions that play fantasy sports. And SoRare brought me into theirs because they gave me a gamification aspect. We're seeing this now with other platforms as well. And some of them are in development, like Cryptoys, for example, where we know they're going to have a gamification aspect to their licensed IP, right? We're going to be building utility on top of what is just an NFT. And now I know we talked a lot about what is true ownership, what is true self-custody. I think ultimately for the masses, this debate about layer 2 versus layer 1 and all this, it doesn't matter. No one cares if it's layer 2 or layer 1. No one cares when at the end the utility is all that matters. When you're collecting for the sake of collecting, and that's all you got, you really do have to care about self-custody, I think, because that's all you got. You better really own it, because there's no utility with it. The utility is the flex. You better own it, because you can't flex unless you actually own it. That's why it matters so much. And that was the days of 2017, 2018, 2019, right? And we saw that in VB in 2022 with another NFT surge, and everything went flying. So many speculators came in because they were flipping. We saw, I mean, there was other factors as well. We won't get into the gem scandals and all that were part of maybe fueling the all-time highs. But we were seeing collectibles, close to $60,000, $70,000, which now are only worth like $1,000, right? So it was just insane valuations on some of these things, and none of them had any utility. But are those days now behind us? I did a video. I forgot to pull it up before I started this video. I don't know if I can pull it up on the fly here, but I did a video in the past about what necessarily was great, what necessarily worked before may not always continue to work in the future. I don't think we're there yet. I think there's still a demand. I mean, I don't need to tell Alan. He's fully aware of how successful Top Shot is and how successful the platform has been. But at the same time, if they can integrate more utility like like the fast break here, I think that there's a lot of room for growth, right? I think that if you start giving more utility, more gamification, you might bring in new people, and you might find that you might bring in more average people who are just interested in something more than the sake of collecting, right? Utility can come in many different versions. There was some discussion about one-off. There was one-off utility. How, maybe when you do a drop, Funko's doing this a lot. If you do a drop, you get like a one-time item. Those are pretty cool too, but not the best utility because it is a one-off. And I highlighted this here just because it was a comment that he made, which was that I'm taking a bit of an extreme stand here for the sake of the conversation, for what it's worth. But I feel like much of the time when I hear Web3 folks clamoring for utility, what they really want is the value of their existing collectibles to be proposed up, often so they can sell it. By the way, I completely agree with you. I have no doubt that the majority of people are demanding for utility just so that their existing collectibles can be worth more and they could flip. A self-serving reason. But we honestly believe here at the Superstar Money channel that utility is necessary for the next frontier of the space, and that it will be the key to bringing in people who just don't give a damn about anything to do with NFTs. I still have I have a lot of people in my life that I know that completely hate the word. They think it's a scam. They won't even entertain it anymore because of all the stories that they've heard. Same with crypto, but they've heard these things and they're like, oh, what is this? What is this garbage? There's been NFT projects that I've participated in where a licensed, sports team decided to sell some, and average fans went and purchased them. And now those same fans are asking, and I know some of them personally, and I actually have the same questions. Well, what did I spend my money on? What did I buy? I bought this NFT from a sports team, and what's it supposed to do for me? You know how hard it is just to say, yeah, it does nothing. You just bought it because you get to own it, and it's just in your wallet, and you can look at it when you log in. Like, you know how hard it is to convince the average person that that's worth spending their money on? Especially how expensive some of these NFTs can be. 40, 70, like $50. Like, for what? It doesn't do anything. You're just buying it to collect. The average person doesn't think like that. This is a niche, and maybe that niche is enough right now to fuel the space. And maybe that niche was enough from 2017, 2018, 2019, onwards to fuel the space. But we think going forward, as now technology is changing, the space has changed. There's a lot more people now using NFT technology for real world applications. We think that there's going to be a new wave of companies that are coming in with real utility driven projects. And I don't think people are going to care if it's on a layer 1 or layer 2 blockchain. They're going to be like, okay, what can I do with this? And how much freedom do I have with it? Do I have the ability to trade it? Do I have the ability to sell it? Do I have the ability to give it away on my YouTube channel? These are the questions people are going to ask. That's all they care about. They're not going to get caught in the weeds in this Web3 space of it's not a real NFT because it's not on layer 1 and it's not this. Like, nobody cares. They just want it to work for what it's supposed to work for, because the utility will no longer be in the future, I'm buying it just to collect it. So I can understand that perspective, but I personally don't agree with that perspective going forward. That doesn't mean it doesn't work. It's still useful. Obviously, you're from Dapper Labs. Top Shot has done well. So obviously, there's no concerns there. It works. But if you could find ways to maybe give more utility, I think it would draw in potentially some new growth. And I'm just guessing. I don't know for sure. You probably will know way better than me on that one. But I think it's something to seriously consider. And I think that the self-serving aspect of it is true. I think there's a lot of people who are very selfish for that reason, and they want utility on their existing purchase collectibles so that they can do so that they can profit. But putting that aside, I don't believe that the future will be dominated by people who are buying to profit, but dominated by people who are saying, I want to buy that because I get this benefit from it. And a lot of people give Fortnite as an example. Right now, people are buying skins. They're buying all kinds of things for their game, and they don't even own it. And if the game is ever deleted or they go to a new game or whatever, it's not going to work, right? We envision a future where you have the ability to maybe, I mean, we'll see how it goes, but McFarlane's doing this right now, right? You are able to buy their Komodo dragons. You can download the 3D file. And then maybe in the future, there'll be dApps that will offer some kind of utility if you import in that 3D file and you have that NFT as well. So that if you have the NFT in the 3D file, then they'll gate you to allow you to play that game. And these are just some ideas that we've heard and we picked up along the way. So anyways, this is a long discussion. If you guys haven't joined the Discord, I think you should all join this Discord. Go in the VV chat. Let them know you saw our video and let Alan know your thoughts. Go in there, let Alan know your thoughts. Alan, thank you so much for participating in the Discord and for helping us get this video idea today. I just want to make sure everybody remembers. Give Alan a follow. You have him here at Alan Falcon. And he will, I mean, just give him a follow. Pay attention. He's posting all the time. Keep up to date with what's going on. Like the Disney Pinnacle side of things, right now he's on the Disney train. So guys, just very curious to your thoughts. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think utility is necessary for the future? Or do you think that utility is not necessary and that it can be what it has been going forward with just collecting for the sake of collecting because you just like to own it, right? And that ownership will be another video, that whole discussion there. But let me know your thoughts below. I would love to hear from you. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the superstar fam, hit the bell notification to see every single video, every single day. Also to our VIPs, thank you so much. $200 a month, Star Wars, your name, ask your spreadsheets, giveaways, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. We'll see you next one. Bye-bye.